So, okay. What up, YouTube? Okay, officially, I might do reviews for, like, 4 animes, for one day, for the next day, but just 2 days a week. Like, so I might do them now, Wednesdays and Monday, Wednesdays. So today will probably, what's today, though? So, this is just the exception because I've now figured all this out. That or Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I might just do Tuesday, Wednesday because it's easier for me. So anyway, without further ado, but I might actually just stick with doing them, Wednesdays and Mondays. Mondays and Wednesdays. So this is just for now because I will do them randomly now. But when school comes back for me, I will be doing them Monday and Wednesdays. So yeah. So remember, 4 reviews one day and 4 reviews another day. So hopefully I won't run out of animes. If I do, I will be doing 2. 2 for one day and 2 the next, so 4 in total. But anyway, let's get back to what I was really going to do. So this review will be on Cyote Ragtime Show. This anime was released back in 2006. So like around the summer of 2006. It was by Ufotable. And it's ranked like 2,821. I don't know if I think that's either above or below Blue Gender. And this one also got 3 stars. And on TV, this only had 12 episodes. You could still find it, I think, just not on YouTube. I don't think so. But now this is like with sci-fi, androids, assassins, police, space pirates, treasure hunters, and Western themes. I think it's only 2,000 people have watched this. I have watched it 10 times. I'm still actually watching it because I think I'm like around near the ending. I just haven't finished it. So I'm stalled right now. But basically, and it's just weird. So, okay, so the setting. I'm actually gonna... Hold on. Wait a sec. Actually, I'm not on episode 10. I'm actually at episode 3. My bad. I'm an idiot. So I'm not even close to the end of it. Oh well, I'm sorry. I just remembered, so. Okay, so I'm gonna do, not really from the summary that they give us. I will be reading actually from hold on, sorry, I'm gonna read this one person's thing because I also read it before, and now I found this while streaming through the internet out of boredom. Now, usually in the beginning you would think from the cover it would be like, mindless, non-sensical, fun that would take itself too seriously and would, like, lose your good impressions within the first 5 minutes. This one didn't do that one. The show was like, again, spoilers in the description, yes, the show is mindless and complete fluff, but it's enjoyable all throughout, as it avoids, like, major pitfalls of its genre, like, mainly through biting off more than it can chew. And the show has a strict timeline and an objective to reach, and it did reach those objectives in, like, a cohesive and somewhat shallow manner. Now, animation-wise, the animation is great throughout. The artwork's well rendered, the characters are beautifully drawn and animated, the costume design was inventive, and while relying mostly, like, on gothic Lolita fashion, like, for the antagonist, which it does, the protagonists were mainly, like, wearers of, like, everyday fashion, which were also well drawn, but like nowhere near as detailed. And the backdrops were beautifully colored. The setting was thought out and like really good and executed. Especially like the vehicles that they use. One could say like the animation was the show's strongest point. Now something about the sound. And I viewed this mainly like an English dub. There's nothing wrong with English dub, however, I was also able to judge it on the merits of the American voice actors. And I'll usually be looking at the soundtrack as it would be like identical to that of the original. And the American cast did an amazing job on this. Mr., who's one of the protagonists, had a dominant voice, like with sass and fun to it that you would attribute to like a cowboy, which is perfect for his character, if you ask. And Angelica, who's the other protagonist and another main character to this, had this fragile manner about her in a way that she was portrayed, while maintaining like confidence and conviction, which was a great job from the voice actress. And then there's most of the other cast members were very well portrayed. Chelsea was the exception. She was a little flat and also a little cliched. And I have to admit it was, what was the name? Swamp, who was my standout in the cast. He was hilarious, and his bickering with Bishop was what made the show a hoot all the way through. I'm unaware how close to the original script the English version of the show stayed faithful, but the Swamp character worked just really well with street smart dialogue, and that was given in the English dub. The soundtrack was overall good, though it did not have any standout tracks. But my other favorite character was Angelica, because even as a young girl, she still had all that confidence in her. Now, the characters themselves were overall overall enjoyable, though one could not really say that there was much development to them from start to finish. The cast, as they were at the end, were pretty much who they were at the beginning. Exceptions were Angelica, Chelsea, Mr., and a few of the sisters who had a chance to shine throughout the whole series, from what I saw. Now, I did watch the whole series, but I had accidentally erased some when I was reviewing it, so I had to watch it again, and I hadn't had time. But the characters were effective in making the series a fun ride. Though a little bit of more development here and there would have made the cast less disposable in the way they were, and in a way they were pretty cliche, albeit fun all the way through. And so, anyway, the story starts off with a prison break and follows the adventure of the fugitives the fugitive in question, and the rest of his team hunting down a treasure on a deadline as the planet that the treasure is hidden on is to be bombed within 10 days. And they are followed by a detective and her sidekick, while also having very powerful antagonists on their tail. Now, the story itself develops quite well, as one knows what the end point should be, and the events leading to the events leading to it make sense within the structure of the show, and we actually you get to see that end point, without it dragging along. Sorry, checking my screen here and see if everything's working. It's like some anime, it's not very complex. It's not a complex story, but it's well told for the most part. As one would expect from a show of this kind, heroes walk away for crazy situations, such as like getting shot, bombed, stabbed, etc., and being fine within 5 minutes of that happening to them. And yes, that is unrealistic, but logic does not really apply within the structure of the story, so one can forget this shortcoming, as realism was never something the producers aimed for. And so for this anime in general, I really enjoy Cyote Ragtime Show as much as I like typing the title. Actually, it was fun, not mentally challenging or demanding. That's a great way to relax from the weekend on the weekends. The value for it is hard to like assess, as it would definitely be worth purchasing like from a bargain bin, but since it is so mindless, one probably wouldn't feel the need to rewatch it. Overall, I would place it next to like City Hunter, though not as original, and Nadia, Golden Boy. Well, Nadia not as complex, Golden Boy though not as essential. So if those titles appeal to you, chances are you will finding something to like here. So basically, if like an overall score, probably a 7 out of 10 at the least. It's interesting, actually. I enjoy it. It's funny, especially in episode 3. It's hilarious. But definitely check it out if you are really interested. So this will be in my last episode of the night, because talking hurts my voice sometimes. So I'm your girl Flaherty here, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!